Losing 80 pounds of belly fat is 100% possible for you. I went from 280 to 200 using this exact belly fat food list. Yes, calories matter, but the foods you choose on your diet are what allow you to stick to it, and that's the ultimate thing that's gonna get you to your goal. These are the 10 foods that I ate almost every single day in order to lose all my weight. These foods kept me full, they killed cravings, and they allowed me to enjoy the process along the way, and that is so key. Copy this exact list and hitting your numbers gets easier, I'm telling you, and you'll actually enjoy it. Let's just go ahead and start with number 1. I think this is I have not heard a lot about this. I bet you've heard about it before, but it's just not talked about enough. And that is combining Greek yogurt, don't get grossed out, hang with me, with taco seasoning. And there's some other combinations I'm gonna talk about, but the main one is Greek yogurt and taco seasoning. Now, obviously with tacos on taco night, it's delicious. It's like a dip. You can literally just put like chips in it if you want, be careful on the chips, but adding it to the top of like a taco bowl, it is so good. My mouth's watering right now. It is so good that you have this high protein, dip that's going to help you reach your goals. Is it as good as mixing it, taco seasoning with cream cheese or sour cream? No, but it tastes very similar to the sour cream combination. Sometimes, I've had clients like with their kids test out sour cream versus Greek yogurt, and they couldn't even tell. So it is similar, but eating that on a burrito or tacos or really just a piece of chicken, it is so good. And it isn't just like, well, I'm going to add some sauce to make this something that's more enjoyable. It's some sauce that is going to help you reach your goals that makes it more enjoyable. So it's just so helpful. But also combining sriracha with Greek yogurt is like a spicy, like mayo kind of consistency. My mouth's literally watering. Burger seasonings, any really seasoning combination, you can add that to, like, let's say you make a turkey burger or something. This is still about the Greek yogurt. Let's say you make a turkey burger or, some sort of healthy wrap or something like that. You add that. It's almost like a Raisin Cane sauce or something. It's kind of similar to that whenever you add the burger seasoning and a little bit of sriracha. It is so good. So Greek yogurt, underrated as a sauce when combined with things. That's what's key. If you don't already have it, my craving survival map is totally free. It's going to help keep you on your diet. It goes through a list of feelings that you might be having outside of actual cravings. And then you go through this checklist. And by the end of it, you have overcome your craving. You're not even interested anymore. And that keeps you on your diet. That's what's key. That is totally free in the comment and the description. The real shocker is how I go out to eat and stay on my diet. Like literally 100% on my diet. That is not BS. So we really enjoy sushi. If you're not a sushi person, sorry, this tip isn't for you. You can skip to the next one. But we love sushi. And so my go-to sushi order is 1 spicy tuna roll and 2 a tuna roll. Not the one with the avocado in it, because I just couldn't sacrifice those calories. It ended up being a little bit too high calorie. But those 2 rolls are hovering somewhere around 500 calories. Now I can eat a lot of calories. I eat 3,000 calories per day on a cut. I am literally losing 1.5 pounds of body fat a week on 3,000 calories because I'm extremely active and I have a decent amount of muscle mass. And so I can eat a lot. And those 2 rolls seem to fill me up. Sushi, for whatever reason, fills me up. Sometimes we'd have drinks with friends or something like that as well. That's obviously not going to be on the list, the drinks. But a lot of times I would just have those sushi rolls and I would have a protein bar before it. So that's how I handled like eating out. We would sometimes go to Chipotle or Crazy Bowls and Wraps. We would also go to Chick-fil-A and get the, this is kind of like all like summarized into like eating out. We'd go to Chick-fil-A and get the macaroni and cheese and then the 12 boneless nuggets. If you've heard of that, I've heard other people talk about it. And you combine that and it is pretty good. And it's actually higher protein than, what I would be necessarily capping off at, if you will. So it's roughly 500 calories. And I think there's like 54 grams of protein. Maybe it's 450 calories and there's 50 grams of protein, something like that. So that's acceptable in my book. And so there's some orders for you while eating out. Number 3 is going to be any recipe from my cookbook. I have a high protein cookbook, totally free. It is delicious. I don't make any money from it, okay? Seriously, just get it. It's free, it's awesome, and it allows you to eat a variety of foods such as cheesy Mexican protein rice, and that actually involves some Greek yogurt and some taco seasoning like I was talking about earlier. Some, lasagnas, there's tons of pastas. It is delicious. And it's regular pasta noodles, classic pasta noodles. I just manipulated the recipes in a way that make it high protein, very filling, and allow you to stay in your diet. And that's what's key. So make sure to grab that. This next one kept me full for hours. Like, it is the highest satiety carb on the satiety list, which means it keeps you full. And it is a total comfort food. And that is potatoes. Who doesn't like potatoes? Specifically cooked in the air fryer. It kind of comes out like a fry, sort of. I cubed them up. So the smaller you can make them, the more surface area there was to become crunchy. And that is the key. Instead of like cutting like, big chunks of potato, like cubing them up pretty small and then putting them in the air fryer in like a single layer or 2 layers, and then just, you know, tossing around the air fryer every once in a while. That allowed it to be, you know, more like a fry. Now here, oh man, I'm so excited for you. Like, this is just stuff that maybe I need to talk about more often. If you're still at this point in the video, good job, because I think this is awesome. You combine that with the taco seasoning thing that I mentioned with the Greek yogurt. It is so good. It is so good. It feels like a cheat food. I mean, when you eat like this, guys, you will succeed. I'm just so excited for you. So this next tip is something that I have never heard anyone else share. And probably because it's like not that big of a deal, but to me it was a big deal. So egg white cartons, that's not the tip, but egg white, the cartons, you know, you don't need to like separate out the yolk. Those are just normal egg whites in the cartons. So I get those egg white cartons. You could also do this with eggs, but you can also do this with ground turkey, which we're actually gonna talk about. But the tip here, eggs, egg whites, any breakfast food, with the breakfast seasoning from Amazon. I have to go get it. I have to show you. Okay, so this is it. I didn't even remember the name. Legs, I guess. It's fire. You add this to like ground turkey, and all of a sudden you have like a sausage taste. You know, it just enhances your ability to stay on your diet. That's what this whole list is about. You know, if you've struggled to stay on your weight loss diet, if you follow this entire list and take, you know, pick and take whatever you want, you are going to have so much more skill at the art of staying on your diet, and you will 100% guaranteed succeed if you keep on trying and you keep staying on your diet. So like I said, adding this to eggs works as well, but I just really like it with ground turkey. It makes everything taste like sausage, and who doesn't like some sausage for breakfast? So this next one is like not a surprise at all, but fruit, and a lot of fruit. It is crazy how much fruit, and I'll show you, I did this on one of my recent videos, how much fruit comes in like 200 and something calories. This post that I put up on my YouTube channel has 250 calories in the bowl, and it is a normal bowl full of fruit. I mean, blackberries, strawberries, blueberries. I think I had some raspberries in there, and I think some pineapple and banana on bottom. 250 calories. The banana was the majority of the calories. Berries are just like superfoods when it comes to the amount of space it takes up. I didn't have a ton of calories left that night. I think I had like 300. So that fit in there perfectly. I think I was still in an additional deficit because I just didn't put anything else on it. Now, you could do Greek yogurt with some, I didn't bring this up on the Greek yogurt tip, but you could do it with vanilla and cinnamon, like vanilla extract and cinnamon, and you could have a really good high protein yogurt dip as well. So like, man, just going back to that first point, that's a key point. The next one that a lot of people have heard about, but man, it's just still underutilized, I think, is the low carb, or I guess the keto breads and wraps. Those things just have so much fiber. They fill you up. They make something that would otherwise be a bowl into something that is more of like a burrito. And you know, who doesn't like that? I really like that. And then the low carb breads, you know, if I use a panini maker, but you can make it, you know, toasted or whatever, and you have this like toasted sandwich. They don't taste that much different to me. And you know, who doesn't like a sandwich with some low calorie cheese? And it's just, that's an underrated tip. So that's something I eat almost every single day. Gets me a lot of fiber too. You know, fiber from fruits and vegetables is going to be better, like higher quality, but still it's going to give you fiber, help you live longer, help you lose weight, so all the good stuff. You knew this was going to be on the list, and that is chicken. It is the highest protein, highest volume food, I think, out there when it comes to at least a protein food. You combine chicken with potatoes, with some eggs seasoned with that sausage, you got something really special going. So I, just to, you know, kind of give you an example of this, I'm not against like fattier cuts of meat. Pork chops, for instance, is a pretty lean, they call it, you know, the other chicken. I don't really get that, but whatever. It's a really lean cut of pork, a pork chop. And so not a pork steak, very fatty on the pork steaks. But on the pork chops, very lean. I replaced 12 ounces of chicken at dinner yesterday. I didn't realize, I forgot I didn't cook chicken this week. I cooked pork instead, pork chops. So I replaced that with like 10 ounces of pork chops because the calories were pretty close, 10 ounces versus 12 ounces of chicken. And my protein dropped by 20 grams. So I had the same calories, 20 less grams of protein, which means the calories are being made up for in fat. So it's not a bad thing. It just means I got to eat 2 ounces less and the protein was also less. So a bit disappointed in that. Forgot that I didn't cook chicken. But that is the superpower of chicken. You can literally wake up, eat a piece of chicken for breakfast, and you got like 40 grams of protein, and it's not like that big. Now, if you're a smaller person with some fat to lose, let's say you're a 180-pound female and you want to get down to 130, that still might feel like a big meal. But I'm saying whatever your size is, pick a normal amount of chicken for you to eat. If that's 3 ounces for you, 12 ounces for me, then the 3 ounces is still gonna be very filling. Okay, next is gonna be low-fat cheese sticks. That one's simple, that's just a cheese stick, but it allows me to grab something out of the fridge and just eat it whenever I was craving something. So make sure I have that stocked. Then we're gonna talk about lean ground turkey, super lean ground turkey. 95% is like something normal you can find in the US. 93% is what I buy because it just comes from Costco. But it helps you reach your protein goals so much easier. You can season it with that breakfast seasoning I was talking about. You could add that breakfast seasoning to the Greek yogurt. Now you have a dip for it. You can do you can do sriracha, and now you have this like mayo, like sauce based on the ground turkey. Ground turkey, of course, gotta be on the list. And you know what? I didn't eat this every day because like I made this list, like what did I eat to achieve my goal? But it should be brought up that like, deer meat, elk, and moose. If you have access to those, super lean. I mean, they're so lean you almost have to add fat to it for it to be like edible. But super lean pieces of meat there. So, especially like ground moose, like that's a really good one. But back to my list, Greek yogurt and fruit. I already brought this up a little bit whenever I was talking about the fruit, but I just wanted to double up on make sure to dip it in some Greek yogurt, add some seasoning to it, cinnamon seasoning or something like that, and it is fire. And the last one is going to piss you off a bit. Some of you, you're gonna be triggered by this, and it's not really food. I know it doesn't really count, okay, but for the food list, but it's diet soda. I just drank that crap up because 0 calories, kills your sweet tooth. There are study after study after study. Go ahead and argue with me in the comments. I would love to. I'm not going to argue with you, but go ahead and get all fiery in the comments. There are no studies that show that it causes cancer in people when consumed in completely normal amounts, okay? Anything in super excess, the rat studies and stuff, they gave them way too much. That's going to cause an issue. Okay, it does not increase your insulin response, doesn't spike insulin and cause fat storage out of thin air. I had a person on the YouTube channel like just, I don't know, 3-4 months ago that was insisting that, if you drink diet soda, you're gonna stay fat because your body's gonna, where are the calories coming from? Your fat has to be built from something, and it's not gonna be built out of magical nothingness. It's whenever a person drinks diet soda and then overconsumes on donuts and all that other crap and doesn't burn enough calories, that's when fat storage happens. Diet soda isn't gonna hurt you, okay? Just have 2 or 3 cans a day at most, and you're gonna be A-okay. I had more than that, I'm gonna be honest. I don't even wanna say it out loud, how much I had. But that is my list. I hope that helps you. If you've struggled to stick with your diet, I made this video right here about the quitting phase. Do not quit. You got this, you're gonna make it, and I'm gonna help you with my videos. Peace.